Psalm 2.
Why do the nations rage and the people plot a vain thing? The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, "Let us break their bonds in pieces and cast away their cords from us." He who sits in the heavens shall laugh. The Lord shall hold them in derision. Then he shall speak to them in his wrath and distress them in his deep displeasure. Yet I have set my king on my holy hill of Zion. I will declare the decree. The Lord has said to me, "You are my son. Today I have begotten you. Ask of me, and I will give you the nations for your inheritance, and the ends of the earth for your possession. You shall break them with a rod of iron. You shall dash them to pieces like a potter's vessel. Now, therefore, be wise, O kings. Be instructed, you judges of the earth. Serve the Lord with fear and rejoice with trembling. Kiss the Son, lest he be angry, and you perish in the way when his wrath is kindled but a little. Blessed are all those who put their trust in him.
Why do the nations rage? And why do the people plot in vain? The kingdoms of earth align themselves against the Lord and his Messiah, trying to defy his power and erase the word that he set down. But he who sits in heaven just laughs. He just laughs. God has said to Jesus, "You're my son." So ask of me, and I will give you all the nations of the world. Ask of me, and I will give you all the nations of the world. Ask of me, and I will give you all the nations of the world. Ask of me, and I will give you. For the earth is the Lord's, and the fullness thereof. For the earth is the Lord's, and the fullness thereof. For the earth is the Lord's, and the fullness kingdoms of the earth. So be wise, you Hollywoods of earth. So be wise, you rock stars of the earth. So be wise, you politicians of earth. And worship the Lord in fear, and rejoice with trembling, yeah. And worship the Lord in fear, and rejoice with trembling, yeah. And kiss the Son, yeah, kiss the Son, 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 kiss the